One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. Then let me be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart steel and a spirit unbroken. He rides up to his ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar. Insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he pays his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day.
Man, happy freaking Monday and Labor Day weekend. Labor Day specifically today, man. Great to see everybody. Thank you guys for being here with me. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you guys decided to be right here with me, man. I can't appreciate you guys enough. Listen, I really appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. We've got a little bit of a light news day, as we usually do when we see like any type of like Labor Day or Memorial Day, all these kind of days, these federal holidays, there is usually a humongous focus on whatever the holiday is, and so it's usually light work in the media. So, but I have scrounged all around this morning to find the best news for you guys that's actively happening today. We don't need to hear about shit that happened 2-3 days ago or a day ago. We're going to try to do our best to show everything that is happening right here, right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into it, Trump administration latest, as well as the Afghanistan earthquake, as you guys may or may not have heard, it took out 800 people this morning. Absolutely insane to hear about, man. Then we have a little update on Israel-Hamas as well. And I have up there Labor Day travel. As you guys know, it's just going to be crazy traveling. So just be safe out there. Make sure you guys are not drinking and shit like that. You guys aren't texting and stuff. Make sure you guys are focused on the road, man. Anyways, before we get into it, man, make sure you guys hit that like button. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. You know what else is free? Is hitting that subscribe button if you're also new here, man. Please consider, though, consider becoming a member, starting only at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not breaking the bank out there with anybody, but check it out. This is the exact way that we get to do the show and sustain, or is it sustain? Yeah, sustain ourselves and make sure that we're, if we had to rely on just advertisement, we'd be broke. 100,000%, just letting you guys know. So it's a huge ordeal for me. For when you guys become members and stay members, man. Little side note here, follow my Instagram right here where I post all the behind the scenes of not only my life, but as well as the show, Millennial Food Time. Breaking news, great place to get hold of me one-on-one, by the way. And last but not least, all super chats, super stickers, gifted membership signups, all of these things are going to be presented live onto the show. But if you guys would like to skip that YouTube 30% brutal cut that they take from your hard-earned cash and 30% more if you're on Apple, well, check it out. We have these platforms right here that you guys can donate to, and I have my email set up already, so if anything comes through, I will see it right away and shout it out. All right, let's go and get into the madness of this morning. We have a lot of great conversation that's happening in the chat right now. We got Carney's right up in the building. We got Naomi. Good morning to you. Great to see you as well. We got Papa Penguins, Brother Steve Easy. Let's see here. We got Rabbit of Chaos. Good morning to you. Great to see you. We got Lappy as well. Good morning. Good morning. We got Brother Frank, my man. Great to see you as well. Good morning. Happy Labor Day, everybody. We got Brother K2. Keep on trucking. Great to see you as well, man. Mr. Good morning. Good morning. Brother AU, my man, great to see you. Hopefully you're all enjoying. We got Brother Bill Castle over there, I believe, in Washington State. Great to see you, kind sir. Great to see you. All right. Before we get into it, we got a little PSA.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking.
Shit, we're coming out hot. We're ready for them. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and start off this morning. Let me go ahead and bring this up for you guys. And 3, 2, 1, bam. All right, let's do this.
But he's also targeting several other cities across the country.
Now we're going to start off with DC. We're going to have a little numbers update regarding DC. So let's go ahead and dive into that real quick. We're going to have this kind of quick, by the way, because we're going to be skipping through some of this live stream, as well as then we're going to be getting into Afghanistan's earthquake, unfortunately taking out 800 people, man.
One of those being Chicago. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera.
Ooh, Chicago.
Putting out numbers almost daily.
Whoa, real quick, we got Brother Papa Penguin coming in, dropping it like it's fucking hot for real with the 5 gifted memberships. Man, I really appreciate you, kind sir. Thank you so much for the donation, my man. It helps out not only me, but someone in the Breakfast Club as well, man. So I very much appreciate that. We got Brother chatting with Stacks. Good morning, kind sir. Great to see you. By the way, I believe the very first part of the interview that me and chatting with Stacks did, he dropped it last night. So make sure you guys check it out. I'll post in my community tab so you guys can go over to his channel and make sure you subscribe over there too. But leave a comment over there. We got Mr. John Burt over here as well. Good morning, kind sir. Great to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying the morning. We got Josephus, my man. Great to see him. Whoop whoop. That's right, kind sir. Great to see you. All right, let's go ahead and get into this.
Say has been accomplished in D.C.
Thank you,
since
Papa
they began their
Penguin, again.
multi-agency operation on August 7th. They say there have been more than 1,500 arrests, at least 12 of whom are of known gang members. 5 missing children have been found, and more than 100.
Okay, so this is the numbers results since August 7th. So 1,528 arrests, including at least 12 known gang members. Now, I'm actually surprised that's only 12 people out of 1,500 arrests. That's not a lot. There was 5 missing children found. Why didn't we know about those missing children in the first place? And then 156 illegal guns seized. I'm surprised that it was only 156 so far. With the amount of police presence and what they're doing in D.C., I'm surprised these numbers are actually fairly low, except for the arrests.
150 illegal guns have been seized.
This is about crime. This is about protecting the public.
Real quick, Chatting with Stack says part 2 is coming out tomorrow, or tonight, I'm sorry. And then he says, I was swamped last night. I missed the premiere. Oh, man, I did too. I missed it too, unfortunately, my man. Real quick, we got Naomi coming in with the 7 fucking months. And as an officer, by the way. Listen up. She says, bitch on me. She got her little emote saying, love and respect. Remember, become a member today. And then gave out the link to go ahead and get to that sign up level. I really appreciate that. Thank you for that. We got Bree Rodriguez also coming in with the $9.99 saying we had 52 shootings, 7 fatal this Labor Day weekend in Chicago, but we don't need the National Guard. LMAO, so cooked. Yeah. Bree Rodriguez, thank you for that. It is definitely cooked, bro. So you're actually going to hear Illinois' governor come out here very, very soon. I think it's the governor. It may be the mayor for Chicago. I don't know, but we'll have it up here in a second. But nonetheless, he goes up there and he starts whining over the top of them, regarding this whole, we don't need the National Guard. We don't need anything from Trump. Stop the cap, yo.
Stop the cap.
It is insane. Like, they're sitting there going, we're showing numbers that we're doing a great job on dealing with our violence and blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? Look at numbers like this. We had 52 shootings and 7 fatal over this Labor Day weekend in Chicago. Dude, stop the cap with this shit, bro.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Bree Rodriguez, thank you so much for dropping it like it's hot with the $9.99. I really appreciate that.
You know,
Thank
they
you.
talk about the shining city on the hill. Well, this
Hit that
shining
like
city on
button.
the hill
Let's
is
get the
upside
likes
down.
up.
In a new Truth Social post, President Trump repeats his threat that a similar effort will be coming to Chicago if Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker does not quickly straighten things out. The president points to violence that broke out in the Windy City last weekend, where police say 6 people were killed and at least 24 people were shot. But
What's
Pritzker
up, Tiffany? By the way, good morning, good morning.
remains defiant.
This kind of deployment he's set up in Washington that he says he wants to do in other cities, at least in Washington, is showing potential success. And what I hear you saying is, well, sure, if they show up, it might help us too.
I'm saying we don't want troops on the streets of American cities.
Right.
That's un-American. And frankly, the president of the United States ought
Are
to
you saying if I'm in Cook County? No, I'm definitely not.
know better. This one doesn't seem to.
Still, Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson is getting ready for the possibility of troop deployments. He signed an executive order that is aimed at stopping the president from deputizing local police. It states that Chicago police can continue to enforce state and local laws, but it will not work with the National Guard or federal agents.
Oh, that's some lame-ass numbers, Brother Lee. He points it out. 11 likes, 19 watching. Let's go, chat. We are better than that. That's a fact, bro. Let's get the likes up, please. You know what I mean? We're doing our best out here on Labor Day specific. So you guys don't have to like what's going on around the world, but you guys can like the channel for Labor Day, for me, for my takes. That's right. As Carney's Ride says, like, subscribe, and become a member. Fact. Now, here comes Homeboy, and he's going to whine over the top of him, explaining how he doesn't need Trump.
On patrols, arrests, and immigration.
Now, by the way, this whole meeting thing right here, this conference, happened on Saturday, by the way. And obviously, during the weekend, no one was really watching. So they're doing a little synopsis of what happened over Saturday, and they'll show a little bit of what he said.
Enforcement. The order also reaffirms that police wear masks, body cameras, and their official uniforms so they can be clearly identified. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Fox News.
Thank you to Madeline Rivera there for that report. During it, right at the end there, you saw Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. As over the weekend, he did sign.
So it is the mayor, not the governor. I apologize for saying the governor earlier. I even corrected myself in the middle of it. I said, wait, I don't think it's the governor of Illinois. I think it's the mayor of Chicago. Anyways, that makes sense.
Order. We are taking a live look out here in Chicago. It's a beautiful sky. But I do want to play out some of those remarks from the mayor down there as he is trying to push back against the federal government and how they are trying to police some of these cities. So let's listen in to what he had to say.
I do not take this executive action lightly.
Okay, is that really low for you guys? Let's go ahead and bring this up because the live streams are always a little bit quieter than the normal videos. So
I would have preferred to work in a more collaborative approach.
Oh, they brought it up. They brought it up. All right, we don't have to crank the
I
volume.
would prefer to do the work with our allies in City Council to pass legislation ultimately. And we were doing that. We were doing just that. With some of the leaders who
we were doing just that.
Stop the cap.
Working with are standing behind me today. But unfortunately, we do not have the luxury of time. We have received credible reports that we have days, not weeks, before
That's
our
right,
city
Brother
sees some
K2.
type of militarized activity by the federal government. It is unclear at this time what that will look like exactly. We may see militarized immigration enforcement. We may also see National Guard troops. We may even see active duty military and armed vehicles in our streets. We have not called for this. Our people have not asked for this. But nevertheless, we find ourselves having to respond to this.
This guy is such... The amount of cope that's coming out of this right now is insane.
Let me be absolutely clear. I believe the reports we have received are highly credible. This is an erratic, impulsive
Okay, what's the reports? And who are they from?
administration, and it is not always possible to understand and know exactly how he will move. He could change his mind. He could reverse course. In fact, I encourage him to do that. But still, we take these threats seriously, and we find ourselves in a position where we must take immediate, drastic action.
Whoa, real quick. Brother Lee coming in with the 11 fucking months as a member, man. One more month, and it's a whole fucking year, man. Let's go. Making it rain over here, kind sir. Appreciate that. Helps out the show immensely. Becoming members and staying members, man. It's what allows us to do what we do.
Our people from federal overreach. I'm signing an executive order today that will launch the Protecting
an executive order for you guys over there in Chicago. This is going to be great.
Chicago initiative. This is a project that builds on the months of preparation that we have done that we've done that has led up to this very moment.
Stupid.
Protecting Chicago will ensure that every Chicagoan knows their rights, that every single family is prepared.
We got Brother
every part
Slim.
of
Good
city
morning.
government is directed to protect the people of Chicago from federal action. This sweeping.
I sound the best today. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that we were able to, figure out our audio there, especially when we had to add software to be able to use certain hardware, which is the soundboard, essentially, the Stream Deck. We had to like have software stuff where I had to go behind the scenes and like play with it until it just sounded right. So thank you for that.
Executive order directs our Department of Law to pursue any and every legal mechanism to hold this administration accountable for violating the rights of Chicagoans. This order affirms that the Chicago Police Department will not collaborate with military personnel on police patrols or civil immigration enforcement. We will not have our police officers, who are working hard every single day to drive down crime, deputized to do traffic stops and checkpoints for the president. This order affirms the CPD officers will be directed to wear CPD uniforms and refrain from wearing masks so that residents can clearly distinguish them from federal agents.
Oh my goodness.
And finally, as I say, it establishes the Protecting Chicago Initiative.
Whoa, Tiffany as well with 11 months, saying almost a year. Yo, let's fucking go. Making that shit rain, splashing that shit. Thank you, Tiffany. Very much appreciate that. While we have this paused, make sure you guys get that like. Let's hit that like button. Let's get the likes up. Appreciate you guys. We got Brother Straight Jacket up in the building as well. Good morning, kind sir. Great to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying your Labor Day so far. But Tiffany, I really thank you so much for the 11 fucking months. That's awesome.
The most sweeping campaign of any city in the country to protect ourselves from the threats and actions of this out-of-control administration. We will protect our Constitution. We will protect our city. And we will protect our people.
That's actually factual, Naomi.
We do not want to see tanks in our streets. We do not want to see families ripped apart. We do not want grandmothers thrown into the back of unmarked vans. We don't want to see homeless Chicagoans harassed or disappeared by federal agents. We don't want to see Chicagoans arrested for sitting on their porch. That's not who we are as a city.
Listen, Chicagoans are not just getting arrested for sitting on their fucking porch. Now, what may have happened is motherfucker did a murder, clapped a motherfucker, and then went home, grabbed some tea, and sat out on his porch or a drink, you know? Yeah, motherfucker, you're going to get like, hey, we're coming up on you. We're going to grab you because you just killed this guy. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and grab you now. So let me just go ahead and explain something. No one in America that is innocent is sitting on their porch getting arrested. Not happening. It's just not happening. Are you illegal? Okay, that may be happening, you know, but you're illegal. I didn't ask you guys if, you know what I mean? Like this whole thing, this is just a big cope fest, this whole entirety of this whole conference. Why would you want to back up crime? Why wouldn't you go the route like, hey, I respect what Trump is doing because that's what majority of people want is to live in a safe environment. They want it cleaned up. They want their cities cleaned up. So why wouldn't any mayor or governor get behind this instantaneously and get ahead of the curve, right? Instead of getting to the point where Trump does have to fucking send in the National Guard, where Trump does have to send in the military or whatever the case is, or has to get involved federally, why don't you just take it into your own hands and be like, okay, we understand we have a serious issue and we have to evaluate our position here, and we're going to have to go ahead and change some things, you know, to allow our police to be able to do their job in the first place, because over there, you know, it's sanctuary, you know, sanctuary city. I believe Chicago's sanctuary, and I don't know for a fact, but I can guarantee you it's majority of Chicago is going to be a sanctuary city.
That's not who we are as a nation. My team and I have spoken with the governor and the county president and with our federal delegation, and we are in complete alignment. The time for action is now. With that, I will sign this executive order and then return for follow-up questions.
So what's the executive order of? Okay, so like he never explained it. We're going to go ahead and fast forward. He's getting it over here where he's doing in the executive order. Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay, tell us what the fuck you signed.
So we're seeing here as Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson signing this executive order on Saturday. This is aimed at protecting the constitutional rights of Chicagoans amid fears that the Trump administration will deploy National Guard troops to the city. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break now at 7:09 here on the East Coast.
Oh my goodness. What a fuck fest.
Troops to combat crime in the city. And
also about making sure that we are strengthening all of our departments across the board to ensure that we are protecting Chicagoans. That's what this is about. Of course, we would have preferred to go through the natural course of the legislative process, and we will continue to do that with our investments. But this is about protecting the people of Chicago.
Can you talk about why you need an executive order to do that? Is this not work the city is already doing, informing people of their rights? What does this executive order actually do?
Well, one of the things that it does is it ensures that there's a clear distinction between our local police department and federal agents. It gives a very clear directive, but it also gives very specific directives to our...
That's right. That's right. The YNs are just sitting around reading the Bible on their front porch, drinking tea. Yes, that's what's happening. They've never gone out, hurt anybody, did any crime. Yeah. Stop the cap, bro.
Stop the cap.
This shit is just it's just a lot of coke, bro. A lot.
Our law department to make specific FOIA requests so that if there's any immigration enforcement that's happening in our city, we have to know about it. Just back in June 4th, there was an entire operation
What's up, brother GEG over there on the West Coast?
in our city that the federal government didn't disclose. This is about uncovering the truth. But this is also about making sure that every single legal measure that's available to us, that my law department pursues it. But it's also ensuring that all of our departments are in lockstep to protect Chicagoans. That's what this is about. This president continues to go well beyond the bounds of the Constitution to the extent in which our...
How? This president goes well beyond the bounds of the Constitution? Where? Explain. You can't just say something just because other lefties are saying it. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. Now, it does to your own fucking parties. It does do that because in politics, what they end up doing is taking rumors or lies or whatever the case is, and if you repeat it enough times in the media, then people just start, quote unquote, believing it. Well, here's the problem. This isn't the 1960s anymore where, the media, the media was owned by the state. The state tells you exactly what you need to be thinking. And at this point, there's way too many independent people, such as myself, that keep it real and that will call shit like this out all day long. And I think that's where, people are going, fuck this, dude. I'm not going to be told what I need to think. I'm going to go and get the actual fact. And that's the honest truth is every single one of you guys that are here watching this show are truth seekers, So big W to all of you guys.
Democracy is in peril right now. I'm going to do everything in my power as the mayor of this city to protect Chicagoans.
How important do you think it
Cap.
is to...
That was Cap.
Stop the cap.
You're not doing anything to protect Chicagoans. You're doing everything that is coming out of your mouth. Every decision you're making is to get reelected. Okay? Every single decision is about him and him only. He's doing what he thinks will keep him reelected and stay into office, and he'll get the next one kind of thing. All of this shit is lies.
Be ahead of it before any federal agents are in Chicago to make sure that CPD and federal law enforcement know how to work together. And there's a lot of coordination that happens between those two, and I think this is a step forward to actually make sure that you're taking out federal agents from the shadows and defining...
That's right, Carney. Likes for Mike.
You framed it quite well.
Let's get the likes up, man. Shit.
Quite frankly, the reason why this executive order is so paramount is because even though we know
I got you
that
straight.
this president is behaving outside of the bounds of the Constitution, it hasn't stopped him, but it stops in Chicago. And so this is about making a very clear distinction between what our law enforcement engages in.
Did you hear what he just said right there?
Stops in Chicago.
Okay, let me go ahead and back this up 5 seconds. Listen to this, what he says right here.
Is behaving outside of the bounds of the Constitution, it hasn't stopped him, but it stops in Chicago. And so this is about making a very clear distinction between what our law enforcement engages in.
This is insanity.
Stupid.
Versus what federal agents engage in. Because look, we have collaborated before, particularly getting guns off the streets of Chicago. The trafficking of drugs.
All right, let's go ahead and blame my left-handed tobacco use on the left and their idiocracy, their lies, their hypocrisy, their bullshit. Yeah, I'm doing this for you guys over there on the left. Because this is what I got to do in order for me to fucking deal with your ass. Bunch of retards out here, bro, and they'll believe anything.
Trafficking of human beings across this country. We have just had a major breakthrough where guns that were trafficked in from Indiana and Mississippi, we were able to interrupt that and get over 150 guns off the streets of Chicago. That's not what's happening right now. And so this executive order makes it emphatically clear that this president is not going to come in and deputize our police department.
by the Miller Chicago Sun-Times. I just want to ask, these reports that you're talking about, is this what we've been hearing about in the media? Is this a new report that's been confirmed to the city? Where are you guys hearing this? And when will the city residents be informed of what the city knows?
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Shit.
Well, I'm telling you what the city knows, right? And here's what we do know, that the federal government, under the direction of President Donald Trump, is preparing to send an expansive slew of federal agents to the city of Chicago. And whether it's border control, ICE agents, right, this part, which is the most upsetting.
Rebecca, you're just noticing that America lost her damn mind? We lost our mind. We lost our mind a long time ago. This is actually nothing new. It's just super highlighted now. People actually call out bullshit now instead of just rolling over and just having something like this be done and no one actually talk about it. And people that it's targeted for they're doing this specific for the targeted people. But now you can't just do that. We don't just let shit fly. We call shit out. You know, it's like, whoa. This hypocrisy is insane. And we just love showing it at this point.
He has funded the ICE division of the government at a rate that is only second to the American United States government and the Chinese military. And that's dangerous, right? And so...
Man, that sounds bomb as fuck, Lee.
We are hearing that he plans to send these individuals to the city of Chicago this week as early as Friday.
Yes, Naomi, this is the mayor of Chicago, bro. Insane.
Oh my God! But let's be very clear what his ultimate motives are, though. He wants to send in federal troops. Make no mistake about it. He wants to send in the National Guard. He is looking to provocate.
No. He just knows that you ain't going to do your fucking job. The cops can only do what the governor and the mayor tell them that they're allowed to do. I don't care if the mayor and the governor come together and say, listen, you're not going to arrest any white people with tattoos anymore. You're just not going to do it. Unless it's super egregious, you're just not going to go after them. Guess what? They're not going to go after them. That's just the way the fucking shit goes. Whatever the governor and the mayor say the cops, the police department is allowed to do, the sheriff's department, all that shit. It's kind of incredible. Why not allow these cops to be able to do their fucking job at this point? But Trump is calling your shit out, saying if you don't fucking fix this, that's why he didn't do it fucking last night. He didn't send in the fucking National Guard last night, right? So he's giving you ample warning. If you don't fix your shit, Daddy Trump is gonna have to fucking come in and save the day because you're just letting your people just get raked by the coals, dude. You're just allowing your people to just die. Insanity.
To justify his failures. The fact of the matter is, it's disrespectful to law enforcement. Our police department has worked incredibly hard to drive down violence in the city of Chicago. This is not about violence reduction.
Cap.
Stop the cap.
Dude, every single statistic will show everything that he just said was a lie.
Because if it were, he would be making investments. And I can tell you what those investments have done thus far. 32% reduction in homicides. Shootings are down almost 40%.
Lies.
Shooting victims are down.
Okay, they're down 30%. Dude, what cooked books is this? This is some bullshit. Like, as if any of us believe those fucking numbers. Just like in Washington, D.C., just like how in Washington, D.C., crime was down before Trump had to get involved. Bull motherfucking shit.
Bruh.
Cap. All cap.
Almost 40%. So this is about the militarization of cities. And in the city of Chicago, we're going to be very clear about our position, protect democracy, to protect Chicagoans, to protect our people.
What recourse or enforcement will happen if federal agents or troop breakers rule on a massive further bad number? Will you sue?
We will use every single tool that is at our disposal.
Man, I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind. I keep yapping on this fucking ordeal. We got Seymour Cannabis up in here. Good morning, kind sir. Great to see you. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. We got Jack in here as well. Good morning. We got Rob's neighbor. I'm scrolling down as fast as I can. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up as fast as I can. Shit. All right. Let's see here. Yes, make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's get the likes up, man. I really appreciate your guys' engagement, your laborious work on hitting that like button, man. Yeah, the mayor of Chicago is a dipshit. That's a fact. That is a fact. Usually these left just look at the blue states, the blue cities, actually. We don't really have blue states. We have blue cities. But yeah, the blue cities, just look at their mayors, man. It really does tell you a lot about the ordeal. White dude, Latina chick is the cheat code. Yeah, I don't know what you're going on about over there, straight, but hey, I heard that. Let's see here. I got friends in CPD. It's not the cops not doing their job. Well, it's them being allowed to do whatever job that being a police officer actually calls for. It's kind of absurd it's actually insane to me that mayors and governors are allowed to do certain things like they do and say, no, you can't you're not going to arrest any illegal migrants, for instance. If they're undocumented, you're not going to arrest them. No, that's not how this shit fucking works, motherfucker. Your state law does not override federal law, okay? You're on the law of the land, which is feds, and then you have individual state, which cannot override federal, okay? This is where the oxymoron of fucking sanctuary cities come from. Want to talk about unconstitutional?
Area which at least there's some semblance of check and balance in this country. Look, he's tried to sue cities like mine, and he lost, particularly around trying to withhold.
Yes, very much W, big booty Latinas. Listen, if it looks like a fupa, you eat it like a chalupa. Certified torta pounder, all right?
Federal dollars because we are a welcoming city. And so, yes, we will use the courts if that's necessary.
And you say as early as Friday, like 6 days from now?
Yes, these are a matter of days. We don't have weeks. We're talking about days. And so this is about making sure that we are prepared, that there's a real clear guidance, and that there are absolute directives coming from my office for all of our city departments and sister agencies and to all the Chicagoans of how we can stand up against this tyranny.
Yes, because what fucking Trump is doing is tyrannical. Sure. All right, let's go ahead and move on. I'm done with this motherfucker. Okay, so Democrats work on midterm strategy ahead of this election. Before we get into this, I'm going to actually deviate the conversation over into Afghanistan because it is our latest news, and because I just spent a lot of time on Chicago right there. I do want to redirect our focus before we get into that. I'll come back to that, but and I'll put that on pause. But we're going to go ahead and bring you guys the latest news as of today. This just came out right as I started the live. So 800 were killed after earthquake hits Afghanistan this morning. So let's go ahead and get this off.
Morning. Sticking with more of these international headlines, breaking here a post from the Associated Press on X in which they say this: an earthquake destroyed numerous villages in eastern Afghanistan, killed hundreds of people and injured thousands, a spokesman for the Taliban government said on Monday. The quake late Sunday hit a series of towns in the province of Kunar near the city of Jalalabad.
That's right, Anson. He definitely lives off the system. It's true.
I do have some video also coming out from that area. Take a look at this. Just massive devastation that we are continuing to follow over in Afghanistan. As you can see, several people that live in these villages trying to evacuate there by helicopter. Several have been in.
Yeah, I mean, you could see that, dude. I mean, these guys they got fucked up.
Have been injured.
Damn.
While hundreds have been
That's
killed.
terrible.
Going back to more of this reporting from the Associated Press, as they say that a 6.0 magnitude quake late Sunday hit.
Wait. It was a 6.0 earthquake. Their infrastructure is just dog shit, huh? 6.0, you shouldn't. I mean, 800 people died from a 6.0. Oh my God, dude.
Bruh. It's some of these towns causing extensive damage.
What's up, Mal? Hi, good morning, kind sir. Great to see you, by the way. And happy Labor Day to you and everyone that's in here, man. Great to see everyone. And make sure you guys hit that like button. Absolutely good to see everyone.
Quake happening at 11:47 p.m. and was centered 27 kilometers east.
See what I'm saying?
Northeast.
Unacceptable.
There in some of those villages and those towns. It was about 8 kilometers deep as well. shallower quakes, they tend to cause more damage, so several aftershocks also follow.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, you're right. Look at that. What Papa Penguin just said. They have no infrastructure. Those houses are just mud, straw, and stone. Well, as he says that, look at this image. Literally what I see here is fucking roofs made out of fucking branches and shit. Dude, that's insane. No wonder why fucking 800 people died from this. Jesus Christ.
Footage showed rescuers taking injured people on stretchers from collapsed buildings and into those helicopters as people frantically dug through rubble with their hands.
True, Papa.
The Taliban government's chief spokesperson saying at a press conference that the death toll had risen to at least 800, with some 2,500 more injured. He said most of the casualties were in the Kunar area. Buildings in Afghanistan, they tend to be low-rise constructions, mostly of concrete and brick, with homes in rural and outlying areas made from mud bricks and wood. Many of them are poorly built, so they're really not made to withstand some of these severe weather impacts that we see here, especially when it comes to that grand earthquake that we saw late Sunday night. Several of those homes did collapse. People could be heard screaming for help, according to the reporters that are down there on the ground.
That's also a very interesting observation there, Papa. He says it's odd to see Afghanis so emotional on camera. They're usually a pretty stoic people. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting thing that you just picked up there.
Eastern Afghanistan is mountainous with several remote areas, and the quake has worsened communications. It's blocked roads, forcing aid workers to walk 4 or 5 hours to reach survivors. Dozens of flights have operated in and out of the airport there, and transporting some who are injured to local hospitals. Now, one survivor did tell the Associated Press, and they described seeing their homes collapse before his eyes, people continuing to scream for help there. So just a terribly tragic and devastating situation coming out there out of Afghanistan. Going back to this post from the Associated Press, as that earthquake did destroy numerous villages in the eastern part of Afghanistan. At last check, about 800 people at least have been killed. Some 25.
Yeah, and I'm sure that number is going to definitely skyrocket too.
100 others are injured.
How many? 25 others
are injured. Least have been killed. Some 2,500 others are.
2,500 others. Okay, so this number is going to skyrocket from this whole ordeal. And real quick, I wanted to bring this up because Papa Penguin said something that was very true and something that made me think for a second. You guys got to have different, it's right here. Just having a different perspective, right? Papa Penguin's right. I didn't really even think of that. Their setup and what they provide for themselves is not to predict or prevent themselves from injury from earthquakes, because that's not really a huge worry for them. Their shit is built for gunfire and bombs and being able to take on gunfire. That's some dude. You can shoot right through my house right now, theoretically. You know what I mean? But their shit, you fucking shoot into dirt and mud and like a barrier, like a berm or whatever, dude. It ain't making it through. You know, and yeah, it's a very interesting ordeal for damn sure. So thank you for your input on that. All right, let's go ahead and get back into the ordeal here. We're going to skip around a little bit on this, but we're going to go ahead and start off with
Won't be on the ballot in November, but make no mistake, Democrats have him in their sights.
Stop with the navel gazing. We are facing an authoritarian in the White House right now, a fascist regime in this country.
Oh my goodness. That's Ken Martin over there in Minnesota.
Was the call to action from Democratic Party Chairman Ken Martin at the party's summer meeting last week. Just 6 months into his term, he's tasked with rebuilding and rebranding the party after last year's stinging defeat for the White House.
Let's get off our...
Be safe, brother Steve Easy. We'll see you on the flip side. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your Labor Day.
and actually get in this fight.
But this is a party still divided. Much of the energy is on the far left, with candidates like Zohran Mamdani for New York mayor. And as some Democrats push for a move to the middle to attract moderate voters, Axios reports that the party is considering an unusual mini-convention ahead of next year's elections.
If people are excited about what's fresh and what's new in the Democratic Party, I say put them all on stage, let people see them, and hopefully that helps boost fundraising numbers as well.
Republicans, of course, are skeptical.
What's going to save the Democrats if they get saved is if they get candidates who recognize that they have to go to the American people and talk in a language that is normal, and that they have to do things that get the Democratic Party back to the middle, not drive it further to the left.
And to some degree, history will be on the side of Democrats next year, with the party out of power, generally picking up seats in the midterms. But recent polls also show the Democratic
I didn't know that, K2. That's interesting.
brand is still struggling with many voters. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
Thank you to Doug for that report. 7:27 here on the East Coast, 4:27 in the morning over on the West Coast. We're
going to skip ahead. We're going to skip ahead here past this ordeal. I guess The Rock had some sort of movie premiere this morning. We don't give a shit about that. Never did, never would. All good. We're just going to skip through here. Here we go. Now, this is an interesting headline that I saw this morning. Leaders from China, Russia, and India attend security summit over there in China. I guess Xi Jinping, he invited 20 different, I guess, high officials, rankings from all these big, countries. And I guess Putin is going to attend. The Prime Minister of India is going to be there alongside with some other countries. So nonetheless, I do want to get the story on this for you guys. Let's go ahead and bring this up.
7:54 here on the East Coast, 4:54 over on the West Coast. Thank you so much for joining us here at Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Carla Hara. We're going to stay with some more of these international headlines. Over the weekend, we did preview the fact that the presidents from China and Russia, that is Xi Jinping and Putin, were going to be meeting with the Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Modi, for a security summit happening in China. Fox News correspondent Stephanie Bennett has more.
In the last few days, Russia has launched over 1,000 drones at Ukraine, overnight sending an additional 142. Ukraine's Air Force claims...
Damn, so there was another 142 more drones sent from Russia over to Ukraine just last night. Damn, bro.
He managed to shoot down most of them. The targets were power facilities to the north and south of Ukraine. Authorities say nearly 60,000 households are without power. Zelensky said they will retaliate. Writing on X, the forces and resources are prepared. New deep strikes have also been planned. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin is spending the next few days in China. Today, Chinese President Xi Jinping is hosting 20 world leaders for a two-day security summit that China hopes can counter Western influence in global affairs. Then on Wednesday, Putin will take part in Beijing's Victory Day parade, marking the end of World War II, alongside the leader of North Korea. President Zelensky says instead of organizing new attacks, President Putin needs to focus on peace talks.
These absolutely brazen attacks from Russia show there will be no end to the war without any world pressure. These are clear messages for the United States and Europe, and those leaders who are meeting Putin in China in the following days.
Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov claims that European powers are hindering Trump's peace efforts and that Russia will continue its operation in Ukraine until Moscow sees real signs that Kyiv is ready for peace.
Europeans are in every way condoning and probably encouraging the Kyiv regime to continue the absolutely absurd line of intransigence. This is a big mistake.
European leaders are expected to gather in Paris on Thursday to discuss the next steps for Ukraine. In London, Stephanie Bennett, Fox News.
So there's going to be another somewhat secure, some sort of meeting over there in Paris. I guess there's going to be shit going down Wednesday and most likely on Friday. Interesting.
Thank you to Stephanie Bennett for that report. Now, speaking of, we do have this live press conference getting underway right now featuring the Chinese foreign minister as well as the Secretary General of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. That is the summit that was being hosted in China. They're talking about some of what was accomplished during this entire summit. Let's listen in.
We don't need to hear the entirety of this just in case. Yeah, he does go all the way into it. We don't need to do that. We're going to go ahead and get the tweet, though, right here.
Look at a post.
So this right here is the Prime Minister of India, and of course this is Putin, and the Prime Minister of India posted this on X. So I'm going to allow her to read it.
From Modi here on X, included here is a photo of him with Russian President Putin. He says this, quote, had an excellent meeting with President Putin on the sidelines of the SCO summit in Taizhou. Discussed ways to deepen bilateral cooperation in all sectors, including trade, fertilizers, space, security, and culture. We exchanged views on regional and global developments, including the peaceful resolution of the conflict in Ukraine. Our special and privileged strategic partnership remains a vital pillar of regional and global stability. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break, continuing to follow more.
Well, everything is going to be in the benefit of BRICS Nation. That's what they're doing over there. If you guys notice, you got China, you got India, You've got Russia. We've got the big three and just the BRICS nation alone right there. All right, so let's go ahead and skip ahead. Of course, you guys know about Labor Day travel is going to be insane. Let's go ahead and hear some of these fucking goofballs at the airport get interviewed, you know, because those are always good entertainment. You know they're good entertainment.
Across California.
I'm fairly well off. I don't know what people who are living check to check are doing. It's crazy.
The average gas price rose about 12.
Yeah, no, the gas is fucked. It's going to continue to be fucked, but hopefully we can actually see a drop in there. But
could come down a little bit.
I want to see that. I want to see the airline fucking. Damn it! I wanted to actually get an interview at the airport
today. They're starting the travel day a little behind, nearly 50 cancellations and more than 420 delays yesterday for flights.
Wait, hold on. We got Brother K2 coming in hot, by the way, with the 5-month membership saying, more big booty Latinas, please. Making that shit drop. I really appreciate you, you know, for the 5 months, my man. Thank you so much for that.
Leaving DFW, it was difficult to fly into the airport here yesterday, too. 75 flights were canceled and nearly 350 delayed. Some of the passengers boarding early flights this morning had to spend the night in hotels around the airport after their connecting flights were canceled due to yesterday's rain.
You know, you cannot control the weather. Nowhere
You cannot control the weather. No, you cannot, bro.
Bruh. In the world. Not even in America. So for safety reasons,
not even in America.
So we missed the connecting one. So they gave us a hotel stay, and we enjoy the meal.
Man, they always find the most interesting. They never ask. They never approach a guy like me. You know what I mean? Like, they always go for like the goofiest motherfuckers. I swear to God.
Everything, the free meal, one more night stay in America.
In America.
There are some travel tools and tips to assist customers and visitors with major construction across terminals here. It's recommended to arrive early for your flights. There's detoured access into Terminal B right now.
That's so funny, Mr. I actually had Taco Bell. I had Taco Bell Uber Eats to me last night. I was half lit. I mean, not bad at all, but I definitely was hungry, and Taco Bell just sounded so fucking good. So I had that shit Uber Eats to me. It was so great.
Airport staff recommend using public transit.
Fucked up my stomach all morning though. Yeah, this morning I paid the price.
Navigate that. You know, you can also download DFW Airport mobile app for real-time travel information, including pre-booking parking and security wait times, all important things. Now, we're in Terminal A at DFW. Again,
we're super
busy right now. But in terms of delays, there are around 30 across the terminals in DFW. Over at Dallas.
All right. We don't need to hear any more of this shit. Let's go ahead and move on into the next ordeal that's important here. All right. We're going to fast forward. There's a lot of BS that was going on today. So we are, luckily, someone like me, I can skip through a lot of this shit. And I know what to look for and what not to look for. So that's a side benefit of watching me and hanging out with us over here on Insane Wheels. All right, we're skipping through.
I'm going to transition to take you out to the White House here at 12 on the East Coast. Is the time. We're going to step away.
President Trump repeats his.
So, let's see. 6 people were killed and 24 people were shot in Chicago last weekend. And J.B. Pritzker, I don't even know how to fucking say his name, the weak and pathetic governor of Illinois, just said that he doesn't need help in preventing crime. He is crazy. He better straighten it out fast or we're coming. MAGA President Donald J. Trump. Now, this is the whole thing. Like that stupid mayor over there from Chicago. Oh, well, like this guy's just coming in, wants to wreck us, wants to do this. No, he's giving you ample time to fucking figure it out. He's letting you know, hey, if you don't fix this, we're coming out to fucking, we're coming to handle what you can't. Anyways, let's see there's a response from Trump today, responding to Mayor Muriel Bowser. All right, let's go ahead and hear what is happening here. I want to bring this back to where she's actually reading it.
Immigration enforcement. The order also reaffirms that police wear masks, body cameras, and their official uniforms so they can be clearly identified. In Washington, Matt Rivera, Fox News.
Madeline, thank you for that detailed report. The latest from the commander-in-chief as he declares D.C. a, quote, crime-free zone. He provided this statement.
Hold on. Before we do that, we got a cash app from my man. We We got Brother Straight Jacket sending in Cash App on. He sends $5 to say for the big booty Latinas. My man. Hey, down for the cause, homie. Thank you for making that shit rain. I very much appreciate you, kind sir. Thank you for that.
Was cut off at the end, but I will read it in full. President Donald Trump saying, quote, wow, Mayor Muriel Bowser of D.C. has become very popular because she worked with me and my great people in bringing crime down to virtually nothing in D.C. Her statements and actions were positive instead of others like Pritzker.
Are you talking to me, Tiffany? You thought I was into football? Nah, I really can give two fucks about football. But roll Tide, baby. You know what I mean?
And the 5% approval rated mayor of Chicago, who spent all of their time trying to justify violent crime instead of working with us to completely eliminate it, which we have done in Washington, D.C.
Man, that's almost kind of exactly what I was getting at with this whole ordeal. Yeah, good job, Trump, on this response so far.
See, now a crime-free zone. President Trump goes on to say, quote, wouldn't it be nice to say that about Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, and even the crime-drenched city of Baltimore? It can happen, and it can happen fast. Work with us. Mayor Bowser's ratings have gone up in a short period of time, 25%, and the people of D.C. are thanking her for stopping crime wherever she goes. It's not a miracle. It's hard work, courage, and being smart. The top law enforcement officer in L.A. said during the riots and when I sent the troops in early that they couldn't have done it without us. They were completely overwhelmed. If we hadn't gone in early on top of the Palisades plus fires, L.A. would have lost the Olympics. President Trump goes on to say, quote, congratulations to Mayor Muriel Bowser, but don't go woke on D.C. is a giant victory that never has to end, end quote. So wanting to provide that statement for you as we're following your top political headlines. And also I want to flag right there in that quote, President Donald Trump does mention the very latest of Chicago. I want to take you out there and give you a live look here at 10:19 on the East Coast.
Yeah, it looks great. All right, let's go ahead and skip ahead and see if there's anything else. Yes, there was this Labor Day rally underway going on over there in Boston, Massachusetts. They're just getting out there to do a march for Labor Day, which is fantastic. They got a whole bunch of people that are, different unions and all sorts of shit that's out there. This guy came out and tried to hype up the crowd before they went and did this march.
From all walks of life, construction workers.
See, I told you.
Teachers.
I just randomly let off right there.
Firefighters, truck drivers, cops, everybody who works for a living. Listen, the neighborhood I come from in Philadelphia certainly didn't know any billionaires, but we all work together for the common good, and something's rotten in America these days, brothers and sisters.
It's doing a good job, though.
The only people that can stand up in the face of tyranny is the working class. That's us. And we have to stand together like we've never stood together before. Today may be the first, but it certainly won't be the last. Your picket line is mine. Your strike is mine. We got to stand together and send a message to the billionaire class that the working class won't take it anymore.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Enough of that. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead. Yes, there was also this interesting story. There was 2 adults killed as well as 7 children injured in an Alabama ATV crash. And they actually had a 2-hour conference about this morning. Or I'm sorry, yesterday. They did that yesterday. I saw that yesterday. So let's go ahead and get the little bit of the story they got here on this, because I actually haven't seen the story on it. All I saw that was released about this whole ordeal was that huge, long fucking conference, and no one's going to sit through and watch that shit. Just hearing different cops and people just spew politics.
Back to live now from Fox. Some sad news on this Labor Day weekend. Take a look at your screen. We're learning a father of 10 and the mother of 2 of his children were killed in an ATV.
Father of 10? God damn, homie. Why? Why 10?
The accident. 7 of the father's children were hurt, and his family is asking for help this Labor Day for the kids who are now without their father. We want to check in with Fox 5 Atlanta's Eric Mock as he spoke to the grieving family.
Anybody that know him, they'll tell you he's a good person. You'll to be around me fun. You like to do fun stuff.
Hell yeah, like for sure. Shit.
Always positive. I'll keep a good mind. I'm gonna miss him.
That's how Marco Ragland says he'll remember his older brother, Marcus Ragland.
Roll Tide, baby.
Audrey Dunn has 2 children with Marcus and is pregnant with another of his kids. She says he had picked up her 1-year-old and 5-year-old for the Labor Day weekend. Then Saturday, she saw the news on Facebook.
And I couldn't find my kids because they were in the accident.
According to the Cherokee County, Alabama Emergency Management Agency,
this was part of the conference I was talking about that was released yesterday.
7 children and 2 adults were all riding together on an ATV at Indian Mountain ATV Park when they crashed into another ATV, causing their vehicle to overturn and hit a tree. The driver, who the family has identified as Ragland, died at the scene. Responders had to call in 4 helicopters to transport the woman.
What's up, Go Fast, my man? Great to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying the morning.
And 3 of the children to a hospital in Birmingham, while the other 4 kids were taken to the Atrium Floyd Medical Center in Rome. The family says that woman was his girlfriend and the mother of 2 of his children. She later died at the hospital. But the family says all of the kids have survived. The 4 who were taken to Rome have all been discharged, including Dunn's little ones.
My 1-year-old is limping, and he has like his face is scratched up pretty bad. Isaiah has a gash on to the top of his head, but he's okay.
Who is that? Is that the baby mama? Shit.
So thank God, the babies are okay.
The other 3 are still at the hospital in Birmingham. Dunn says all of Ragland's 10 children, including hers, are going to need a lot of support in their father's absence.
That is the baby mama.
And now he's not going to be here. So.
That does suck. That's terrible.
They just need support.
No kidding,
That was the
Anson.
very latest from Fox 5 Atlanta's Eric Mock. As we continue to follow this tragic story, our content partners at Fox 5 are keeping a close eye on this case, as the mother in this tragedy was from Rome, Georgia. And then the father, again, also killed. 7 children injured in that ATV crash in Cherokee County, Alabama. A tragic news over this Labor Day.
Yeah, that's terrible. Terrible news. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. There was 11-year-old boy shot during a ding-dong ditch prank in Houston. Oh, that's fucking terrible. Ah.
And a systematic approach. Collect evidence at the scene. We're searching for bullet casings at the scene. We have some video, and also we're doing a search warrant on the house.
We're still looking for information on what happened. Now, officers say the victim and possibly 2 friends were ringing doorbells and then running away. A suspect has been detained. I want you to take a listen to the latest information from authorities, as we are keeping a close eye on this case.
That's terrible. Listen, I'm just gonna be honest. Don't tell your kids to like do pranks like fucking ding dong ditch like you guys did back in the 70s and the fucking 60s and the fucking 90s even. I grew up in that time frame. Listen, I would never tell my kid to participate in that shit right there. I mean, at this point, you can't trust anybody. Why would you can't be going on nobody's property unless invited. You know what I mean? At that point, nah, just stay off of people's property.
Of course, for a shooting in progress, where when the patrol officers arrived on the scene, they found
I agree, Naomi.
a young man or a young boy that had been shot in the back, and we're in the 9700 block of Membro Street. And
I don't know. That was a lot of people in an ATV. You're no kidding. It must have been a 4-seater and threw like fucking, probably in the back. And I don't know, man. But he must have flipped it or something. They didn't really have specifics on it. But nonetheless, let's catch you up. What's happening else happening here? Tourists spend their Labor Day weekend visiting national parks. Yes, of course. I've got an actual lifetime pass to any national park in the United States, which is fantastic. All right, let's see if we have anything interesting here for the rest of this. If we don't, we're going to go ahead and pretty much close out. Real quick, I'll allow this to play. Because I do want to hear this little part. And we're going to find someone to raid.
American workers first. That's why the Department of Labor launched an initiative to prevent illegal migrants from utilizing taxpayer-funded workforce programs. This has hundreds of unaccompanied migrant children from Guatemala will stay in the U.S. for at least another 2 weeks. This after a judge blocked their deportation. It comes after an immigration group filed a lawsuit in the middle of the night. We want to check in now with Fox News correspondent Alexandria Hoff for the latest.
As planes full of unaccompanied children sat on the tarmac, a federal judge temporarily blocked the Trump administration from deporting them back to their home country of Guatemala.
He came here from a shelter. We hope the lawyer can fight his case.
Oh, shit. Real quick. We got Gorilla Biscuits coming in. Sorry, I'm scrolling through. I'm catching up with the chat right now, man. I just figured out who I'm going to raid. So make sure you guys stick around for the raid, by the way. We're going to be raiding our buddy. Well, he's not actually my buddy, but he's a nice guy. I've been on a panel with him like once, but we got Rob Knorr. We're going to be sending you guys off to, so make sure you guys show him a little love when we go over there. We got Brother GB bringing in 5 fucking memberships. Yo! That's humongous. I really appreciate you, kind sir, for dropping those and making it rain, not only for me, but for, 5 people in the Breakfast Club, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you, kind sir. Thank you for that.
But unfortunately, it wasn't possible. You see how fate works.
It goes a long way, ladies and gentlemen.
After 4 a.m. Sunday, after immigration advocacy groups filed an emergency lawsuit, attorneys accused the Trump administration of deporting children without giving them due process and, quote, exposing children to multiple harms and returning them to a country where they fear persecution and by flouting their legal obligations to care for them in the United States. But the White House insists it was just trying to reunite them with their families who were seeking their return.
Notwithstanding the work that the State Department have done and working with the Guatemalan government for over a month, this judge said, no, you cannot do it in the middle of the night.
The roughly 600 Guatemalan children came to the U.S. illegally and were unaccompanied. accompanied largely by human smugglers. They are currently in the care of the Department of Health and Human Services.
This is judicial activism. These organizations that run to the courts to try to stop us from doing the job that's on the books, the laws that Congress have put on the books.
Immigration is expected to be on the agenda when...
Yeah, that's insane. What a shame, bro. What a shame. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for making these very shows happen. I can't do this shit without you guys. So major, major W to you guys. And thank you guys for hitting the like button as well. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your Labor Day Monday today. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for more of the World's Madness. Make sure you guys stick around. We're going to be rating our buddy Rob Norris. So stick around for that. And listen, always appreciate you guys. God bless everyone, and we'll see you guys very soon. Be safe out there.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken, he rides on to his ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar.